This is what I'm training you to be like. The four horsemen of the motherfucking apocalypse. Fucking warriors, not whiners, not warriors. Do you think Donald Trump's a whiner? Do you think he worries and gives a fuck what you think of him? Do you think Elon Musk gives a fuck what you think of him? Do you think the late Steve Jobs gave a fuck what you thought of him? Do you think Bill Gates gives a fuck? And I can go on and on and on. The only one that gives a fuck is you. And you. And you and the fucking morons on YouTube.
Do you think anyone in this room could go and make hundreds of millions of dollars using the system?
It is simple. Can everybody in this room do it? No. Because everybody in this room is not willing to make the sacrifices. I don't know how to do it 4-hour work week, which came up a little earlier. I don't know. And I know Ferris. And if you believe the 4-hour work week, I've got a bridge to sell you in New York. I mean, one of the comments from the seminar that just ended, from the 18, 20 kids, all of which were about half my age. We had a couple of old gits in their 40s, but most of them were less than 30. They commented at breakfast the last day, which was Saturday or Sunday. They said, how can he still be so fired up running on 200% of all its cylinders when he's been on his feet 15 hours a day for 6, 7, 8 days? And we've been sitting on our arses, and we're tired and he's not. You know why? Because and if you don't find something that you love what you do, don't bother. Because if you don't have a passion for what you do and you love, it gets old. I say this stretching a little. It's like a significant other that you've been around too much. You know what I mean? Everybody in this room can relate to that, I think. Okay? Well, if you're not passionate about what you do in life, it gets old, and then it becomes work. And as soon as it becomes work, you're finished. The reason why I'm fired up at the end of a 6-7 day week of 15, 18 hours a day is because I'm passionate about pulling you sorry asses across the goal line. Because that's my goal in life now, to pull as many of the sorry individuals on the planet across the goal line as I can before they put dirt on me. Most of you have not attained material wealth because you've stayed in your comfort zone. Every family has an aunt, an uncle, a grandfather that went out and lost a family fortune, right? Uncle Harry, crazy Harry, he lost 20,000, 50,000, a million, whatever the number is. Well, that resonates in you, in your brain, your little pea brain. And then you hear another one. Your roommate in college, he's got an Uncle Harry. So pretty soon, the only input that you have is people losing their family fortune. That affects you, i.e., you then live within your comfort zone, i.e., you don't take risks. A turtle can only move forward when it sticks its head and its feet out. And when it sticks its head and its feet out, it's most vulnerable, right? Biggest risk. Most of you have lived a bubble-wrap life. Most of you have been risk-averse. Risk-averse to the extent there are people beyond my comprehension that get all the way through high school with never been screamed at, never been slapped, never been in a fight, never been reprimanded by their parents. And then look at them. Snowflakes. Snowflakes meaning they melt under pressure. And when I say the world is through, look at you. The reason why the aliens haven't come down and taken us over, what the fuck did it... Why? Why? Are they going to learn anything? No. Right now, on November 8th, I announced that when Mr. Trump, whether you love him or hate him, this was the beginning of the greatest transformation of wealth the world has ever fucking seen since World War II. See, I know what he was going to do. I know what he's going to do now. And he hasn't even got started. Now, what are you going to tell your kids and your grandkids 25 years from now when they say, gee, Daddy, gee, Grandpa, what were you doing other than having your thumb up your big fucking ass during the greatest transformation of wealth in the history of the world? What were you fucking doing? Fuck all, nothing. That's what most of you will tell them, your grandchildren and your children. It's never going to get any better than this, kids. This is the, as I said on YouTube, the eye of the perfect motherfucking storm. This is it. I never thought I'd live to see it again. This is going to make the 80s look like a nursery rhyme, which I praise Allah, praise Buddha, praise God. I participated in slashing and raping everybody in the 80s, legally. This is going to make that look like a fucking nursery rhyme. And what are you going to tell your kids? Oh, I had to spreadsheet it. I had to think about it. I had to read another book on M&A, you fucking morons. You want to take the easy way out because you think life is a journey. That is horseshit. Life's a journey if you're a moron and you're retarded. That's why, you know, that's what you've done with the life up heretofore. It's been a journey. And how good is the fucking journey? You tell me. Wouldn't you have rather, when the first time you went out with somebody that you thought you were in love with, thought is the operative word, wouldn't you have lied to have a template? Oh, let's follow this process instead of, because that is a journey. And all the mistakes you made and raising this fucking little shithead for kids you got, instead of having this book. Life doesn't have to be a journey. It's a journey for morons. Do you think life is a journey for the Trump kids? It's a motherfucking process, the same process his daddy raised him by. Same for me. Life ain't a journey if you're my kid. It's a goddamn process. So you tell me, if you're results orientated at all, who's better off? The journey or the process? Mr. Carnegie was a hard bastard. Vanderbilt was a hard bastard. Henry Ford I was a hard bastard. Rockefeller was a hard bastard. Steve Jobs was a ruthless hard bastard. As Apple CEO Cook regularly begins sending emails at 4:30 in the morning on Sunday, he's a hard bastard. Why are all these guys that changed the world got one thing in common? They're fucking tough as nails. Ruthless. Take no prisoners. And then we got you. A stiff drink and a good fuck could kill most people in this room. I'm ashamed to say. In fact, forget the stiff drink, just a good fuck. My proceeds from PayPal acquisition were 180 million, blah, 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 blah. Then I had to borrow money for rent. These guys, myself included, are all in. If they believe in what they're doing, they put all their money at risk, which I have several times, not in recent years. SpaceX worker reveals a brutal company motto helped him survive all-nighters working for Elon Musk. Notorious workaholic Elon Musk is so tied to his office that he's been known to sleep on the floor. I slept on the floor. Ford slept on the floor. Jobs slept on the floor. Gates slept on the floor. Success leaves clues, you fucking weenies. I still work 50, 60 hours a week. And I haven't had to work in 35 fucking years. Best advice I ever got from Mr. Grazos, do it. He didn't say just fucking do it. He didn't swear. And the best advice I've ever given anybody is just fucking do it. We take too much time procrastinating. And because we're afraid of failure, and fear is false expectations appearing real. We're worried about what other people think. We're trying to fit in. And I can go through a whole litany of bullshit. Now, it's not bullshit because it's not true. Litany of stuff why you are where you are because you just didn't do it. You didn't want to make a mistake. You got a mortgage. You got 2 ex-wives. You got a 15-year-old daughter who's pregnant. Your dad's got Alzheimer's. Your mother's got emphysema, spitting up blood. I can go on and on and on and on. But the bottom fucking line is, if you had 15 years ago you had just done it, 10 years ago you had just fucking done it, 5 years ago if you had just fucking done it, 6 fucking months ago if you just fucking done it, you probably wouldn't be in the position you're in now. So I'm saying no matter what your age is, it's still time to just fucking go out and do it. Just go out and fucking do it. The rumor is that I'm following in the footsteps of two of my mentors. And for those of you that aren't bright enough to know that that's Lenin and Stalin and me, there's some truth to that. Because I believe in the old Russian way. I'm not interested in your fucking opinions. That's the last thing I need is your opinion. Because if your opinion was so fucking good, you wouldn't be here. And if you look on my whole wall of influencers, they're both on there amongst some other people like the devil and a few others, Hitler. When I was a kid, they said I was retarded. They stood me in the corner with a dunce cap. People know what a dunce cap is? You know, okay. And if I turned around, they put me in a closet. Kept me there 4, 5, 6 hours. I urinated on myself. I shit my pants until my parents came to pick me up. Now just imagine if that had fucking happened to you. But I used it. It's not what happens to you in life. It's how you interpret what happens. I made it make me stronger, tougher, smarter. Most people would just collapse. When I played football, American football, Coach Roy J., may he roast in fucking hell wherever he is, he says, Pina, you're so fucking slow you ought to wear the other team's jersey. Do you understand what that means? You're such a poor athlete, put the other team's jersey on. You're no fucking good for us. But I kept on going, hitting that line. Boom. You know when they have the tackling exercise, one guy in the middle, and everybody just... I was that guy every motherfucking day. If that had happened to you, I know what you do. Some of you would have committed suicide. But it made me stronger. Yes, I'm 6'1", 225, a twisted steel and panther piss at age 73. But I endured all this stuff.